son was riding his bike. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Mr. Durham had had enough and decided to finally confront.
At this point, we killing you. I do not care.
They were in full-on battle mode, but it didn't stop.
All of this over some TikTok views. All of this. I know we're supposed to watch these videos at night. It ain't nowhere near nighttime. But look, I got stuff to do today. I'm trying to get like back into my mode, my motion, everything, because few y'all may know, lost my mom not too long ago. So I'm trying to get back in motion. So today is like the first day I'm actually be chilling, gaming with the homies again. Back to watch and run episodes, because I got to get back into my laughing, bro. So I'm getting back into character, all right. But either way it go, about to check out a lot of you start throwing. I think Mori, not Mori. Mori, I mean the boy who murdered his neighbor for TikTok, for freaking TikTok, bro. Once you guys read your video, link will be in the description below. But let's go.
LATHEM allegedly stabbed 52-year-old Timmy Durham to death.
There's blood all over the place. I just got assaulted and jumped.
Aggravated manslaughter.
Who drives 100 miles an hour through a residential neighborhood?
Facts, high people speed.
What are you gonna do, Karen? Single-minded goal of becoming famous.
So wait, is this like a scary story, or is this like a scary documentary type thing?
On TikTok.
Knife, dude, you better play.
Wait.
What are you gonna do, Karen? Single-minded goal of becoming famous on TikTok.
Knife, dude, you better play.
Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how an 18-year-old kid from Vineland, New Jersey ended up in jail for murdering his neighbor because his thirst for clout got the best of him. You know, it's a really tragic line of events.
No cap. Is that the only reason why? Put some I'm look, if you like 18 or younger and you're on this video, I'm about to offend the hell out your ass. What is wrong with your generation? When you get that clout, you know you about to get locked up, or his people might retaliate and kill your little goofy ass. You ain't gonna get to enjoy the clout. And y'all record everything.
Because his thirst for clout got the best of him. You know, it's a really tragic line of events and was completely avoidable if the right intervention was taking place. But that never happened. One small problem spiraled out of control and eventually turned into a chaotic shitstorm that couldn't be stopped once things got too far. And I first heard about this story from a viewer of mine who messaged me on Instagram saying, "Hey Destiny, you probably have seen this or not. I want you to react to it. I know it happened 2 months ago, but I just heard of it now." And she linked me a video saying, "Did teen kill neighbor to become famous on TikTok?" I even stopped watching the video because I can watch you react to it, so please do. And by the way, I don't really do reaction videos, but obviously this person whose name that I'm not going to even try pronouncing in fear of butchering it really wanted me to look into the story and talk about it, and that is exactly what I did. I investigated to see what happened, and man, I seriously had to roll my—
Okay, alright, wait. So this is not a horror video, right? This is like legit a damn horror story. But damn, I'm like in it as hell. I'm like, my head like all up here. Hey, this is legit crazy. I wonder if it's like gonna be some clips or something, because y'all know I love horror. I like watching like horror movies and stuff. So it's gonna be like, am I gonna get to see some clips, or is it just like a documentary? You can't tell me. By the time you tell me, I already know anyway.
After reading up on the entire situation. So basically what happened was this 16-year-old kid named Zachary Latham moved into his grandparents' house on Thornhill Road in Vineland, New Jersey, and quickly got into some beef with his new neighbors after Mr. Durham, the husband and father who lived next door, complained to Zach's grandparents about his alleged reckless driving once he got there. And you know how some kids are. Once they get their license, they act like they've never been in a car before and start driving around like they're in Mario Kart. But based on my understanding, after the talk that Mr. Durham had with Zach's grandparents ended, Zach's grandpa pulled him to the side and was like, "Hey, yo, Zach, come over here, B. You gotta stop all that crazy driving you doing around my hood before—"
You gotta slow down hitting them. No, I'm thinking of Pinky. My man, come back.
"Yo, Zach, come over here, B. you gotta stop all that crazy driving you doing around my hood before me and the missus decide to put your ass back on the street. And you know, basically, they forced Zach to go on over to Mr. Durham's house and apologize for driving around the neighborhood like a crackhead that just got his license for the first time. However, based on what I've gathered after looking into the story deeper, Zach's apology was filled with nothing but lies, and soon after that, he quickly went back to his antics and continued on throughout the community with his reckless driving. Mr. Durham, now seeing that Zach really didn't care and completely dismissed what had happened earlier today as if he was a dementia patient with short-term memory loss, got really annoyed. And his impression of Zach being...
Hey, bro, this voice is amazing, bro. Like, no cap. Like, I don't know if I'm interested in the video or I'm just zoning out. Like, bro, like...
patient with short-term memory loss, got really annoyed. And his impression of Zach being his new neighbor in his neighborhood plummeted into a deep, dark, fiery hole of hell that could never return. From that point on there, he really did not like Zach. And that is when everything started to go downhill and was the catalyst for what would one day start a bloody fight that would end up taking Mr. Durham's life. And you know, I think it's very important for me to clarify that the killing of Mr. Durham didn't just happen out of nowhere. It wasn't a random occurrence of unlucky events that led to this deadly altercation between Mr. Durham.
I thought it was just my like, hey, yo, bro, I'm about to get like dummy views. Like, bro, how, man, I'm about to whack my baby over here. That's what I thought it would be something like that, whatever. But they kind of already didn't like each other. Now, I know where it's going. They already kind of didn't like each other, and that's about to be his reason for what he's about to do. But he's about to record it for TikTok. Oh my God. Oh man, your generation. That just made my head hurt. I'm sorry. It was your generation. My bad.
It wasn't a random occurrence of unlucky events that led to this deadly altercation between Mr. Durham and Zach. Because what most people fail to realize is that after the initial confrontation 2 years ago, there were many more small fights, arguments, and skirmishes between Mr. Durham, his family, and Zachary Latham. Like, this thing has been boiling up for a while now, and tensions have been rising. Like, for example, a month before the killing, on April 6th, Latham recorded himself embroiled in a heated confrontation with Mr. Durham's wife, Catherine, in which he, in a video that I'm going to show you guys in like a second, calls her Karen over and over again after she complains about his wild driving.
What are you going to do, Karen?
That's not my name.
That ain't funny.
Get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen?
Tell him.
Go ahead, get my tag.
Go.
Get my tag, Karen.
My name is not Karen. So
Oh, God.
Get my tag, it's okay.
A45MFA. Sir.
And after posting that clip,
He a little disrespectful boy too, huh?
he went viral on TikTok. That specific clip accumulated over 3 million views on his TikTok account, and the people who commented on the video were suggesting that he cut her tires, egg her house, and continue to mess with her even more. Like, you can imagine how he felt after realizing that people actually enjoyed his destructive behavior and that they actually found it entertaining, especially when considering that most of his previous videos got no more than 150 likes at most. Inside his mind, he was probably thinking that this was his time to shine and was actively thinking of new ways to...
Cause I ain't gonna cap. Especially as a kid, for one, like damn, like you don't even see your blessings. You got it good. But you wanna go around being a jerk. I mean, the fact and you got that little bit of fame, I know that's what triggered it, bro. I know that's what it is. That little fame felt good. He's like, you know what? I'm about to keep doing this. Just go up and up and up. I don't know. I could never get into that type of entertainment. Like, even when it came to like the Vine, TikTok, IG, all that stuff, whatever. I just like, oh boy, like boom gang. I couldn't get into his. It was a few people like, when you just go around purposely just messing with people just for the fame, it's not funny to me. It's not like, roasting is funny. I get that. Roast somebody, that's funny. Boom. You ain't really like putting your hands on them. You ain't harming them. You legit, like the ones who be going around just be doing like hella crazy stuff, like you ain't stealing from them, robbing them, all that. That I can't get without. I don't see what people be saying funny. Like my boy be like, hey, watch this. I be looking like this shit goofy. You a goofy. That's
fuck with his next door neighbors. And days later though, Zach actually pulled up to Mrs. Durham's house and shouted, "Hey Karen, we went viral." Obviously trying to get inside Mrs. Durham's head by taunting her. And actually in another video that I saw that he recorded, it shows him having a confrontation with William Durham Jr., which is her 21-year-old son,
he about to
as he walks up to Zach's car. saying, "Get out of the car, bro." And then Zach responds back by saying that he's armed with a knife. And then he took that video, which he recorded, posted it to his TikTok with the description, "Karen's son found the video, went viral, and tried taking me out of the car." And actually in an article it says here, police responded to this incident and took accounts from both Durham and Latham, but no charges were filed according to an investigation. In the article, it also says he has also blown her a kiss as he sped by while driving to his house. So obviously he was just continuing to mess with her and trying to taunt her, you know, trying to get a reaction out of her. That's the kind of guy that he is, you know. This Zach guy, whoever the fuck he is a straight up dickhead. Like, he's an actual asshole. And to be honest, I would never want someone like him to be my neighbor, because like, we would definitely be fighting every other week if he was on some bullshit like that while living right next door to me. But after reading up on some articles about this guy and who he is, I couldn't find much. Like, information about his life and his personal background was pretty sparse. However, after doing a little digging, I found out that this guy Zach was emancipated at 17 and was a soldier in the army serving as a National Guard private at 18. Which is ironic, since being a part of the National Guard means your job is to serve and protect your state, country, and community, and not terrorizing and being a nuisance to your next door neighbors. I also found some images of him from his TikTok account that makes him look like a straight up egocentric dickhead. As you can see here in this image, it says 350Z owner, I love 5W-30. Is that a Tome dog? ZACHARY, neighbors hate you, cuts everybody off. What are blinkers? Road rage, loud exhaust, my DE will smoke your HR. Is this how douchebags communicate with each other? In another image, it says people in the army, because he's a National Guard in the army. He says, drives a Mustang or Camaro with 20% APR. I can drink more than you. Gets called stuck up, always loud, chair force, anger issues, has guns, likes to party. So clearly this guy's an asshole. And he's making it out to seem as if these personality traits are actually cool. Pretty weird. And another image, it says owning a Corvette. By the way, I don't know how you have all these cars at 17.
Man,
I guess good for him.
I'm telling you, that boy must got that
speed
PPP.
limit, won a race, revs at the red light, gets heated on for having a nice car. Ew, a Mustang stuck up. Yeah, this guy is basically like the epitome of everything I hate about people personified.
Like, bro, and the crazy part is, I remember when I was first going to college, and I couldn't wait, and I was like, man, I was always like cautious about befriending like the frat dudes and all that type of stuff, like, you know, the bros, whatever. But when I got cool with them, like, none of them was like that. It's funny how, like, every time I see, like, what I see on media of them, that's what I get, like, that jerk, like, you're just a rich jerk. It's one day somebody gonna beat your ass and you gonna understand it. But that's the vibe I'm getting from this dude right here. But I say that to say, when I met all my friends, like, I was cool with hella frat dudes in Arizona, like, they went to other schools. Because my school didn't have him. But either way I go, though, when I got cool with all those type of dudes, it was like, man, they actually not really like that, whatever. And shit, college was lit. But this dude is giving me dumb jerk vibes. It's like you just want to scrap with him, like.
He apparently also has a history of simple assault, terroristic threats, and criminal mischief on his juvenile record. So when taking that into account as well, Zach is obviously a troublemaker. And you want to know what the crazy thing is? The Durham family was trying to sort this whole thing out the legal way via the courts and through the law enforcement, but the police weren't helping very much and said that COVID-19 made the courts close. As stated here, the Durhams, their lawyers wrote, sought help from the Vineland police several times, but were repeatedly told that they could not sign a complaint against Mr. Latham since the courts were closed because of the coronavirus pandemic. And by the way, I get that the coronavirus was very tragic, is very tragic, as it's still going on, and you know, we got to take it seriously, but are we really just going to sit here and disregard the legal complaints from a person who's in desperate need of help from a dickhead next door neighbor who's obviously terrorized?
And that's the part that pisses me off. If I was the son of that man, father of that man, whatever, cousin, brother, friend, whatever, the fact that, yo, I'm playing it by the book here. Help me. I'm playing it by the book. And he's screaming at, and he's doing that. Even his family is playing by the book. His son was about to beat his ass. His son was with the shit. And then when his life is taken, oh, now we gonna jump in. That's bullshit. This is why I'm not a believer in taking people guns. This is exactly why. Because you cannot, like, oh my God. We ain't about to get into this.
And who's in desperate need of help from a dickhead next door neighbor who's obviously terrorizing them? Like, where do you get help if not from law enforcement? The deceased father's legal team notes that a judge and several cops live in the area and knew about the past trouble Latham had caused. Latham even shared a video of a police—
You live in that neighborhood? You got it good. Bars.
officer confirming that he won't take any action even though he saw video evidence. It's unclear which incident he is addressing.
Face, we would arrest you.
But you won't do anything even though you saw video proof, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
For your video, that is correct.
Thank you. Say what's up, TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah, say what's up.
So my question is, what do you do when you're trying to do things the right way,
I just said that
there's no one around to help you and your family, especially after 2 whole years? Well, you try and take matters into your own hands. Unfortunately though, things went sideways for Mr. Durham when he tried to do just that. Because on May 4th, being the asshole that Zach Latham was, Zach allegedly swerved his car onto the side of the road where Mr. Durham's 17-year-old son was riding his bike. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Mr. Durham had had enough and decided to finally confront Zach.
At this point, we killing you. I do not care. You just tried to kill mine. Nah, hell no. I self-defense at this point. It's about to piss me off because at the end of this video, I'm about to find out this boy got 2 years in prison watch. I guarantee that's what's about. It's about to be something stupid like that. I want like a. Look, I said before in a minute, I don't care. There needs to be a death penalty, but like in a torture way, a punch way. I'm sorry, because when you're doing stuff like this, you know what you're doing. I don't care. Now, sure, if it's the cases where it's like, all right, we know you did it, but we don't know if you did it. All right, you just get jail, boom. But when it's like this, like intentional, like you are trying to repeatedly kill these people, and then you do kill one,
that broke the camel's back. Mr. Durham had had enough and decided to finally confront Zach face to face like a man after 2 years. And especially considering that Zach was no longer a child and was now 18, I suppose he was no longer in fear of being charged with child abuse if things turned physical. As stated here though, after Zach, basically tried to hit his son, Mr. Durham pulled his truck into the street to block Latham's truck. Catherine Durham, his wife, recording the exchange on her phone, challenged Latham over the incident involving her son. Video footage shows Latham throwing an elbow at Catherine Durham, pushing her back, knocking the phone from her hand, and speeding off toward his home. And then when Latham got to his house, his wife, because he's actually married at 18, which is weird, who was recording the scene with her phone, walked down the driveway to confront the Durham's sons as they came onto the property.
Hell yeah,
the whole family was actually involved in the situation. They went over there like a squad trying to confront Zach about, just everything that happened over the course of 2 years. Sarah Latham, Zach's wife, told the Durham sons that they had better back up because they were not going to like what was coming out of the house.
I thought the man his real son. That's Google it. But I was like, dang, he hitting all the meow. I heard him being down with the swirl, but damn, he said I want all flavors. Stop.
Told the Durham sons that they had better back up because they were not going to like what was coming out of the house.
So we already got ours in our hand.
Obviously, she was threatening the entire family. Soon after, William Durham, their father and the husband, arrived with his truck. Latham's public defenders say in their filing that he and his wife can be heard on the video footage clearly telling the Durhams several times to get off the property, and they are not welcome. The Durhams, their hands visibly empty, continued to approach, the prosecution filing says. So now the Durhams had crossed the line from their property to Latham's grandparents' property. But here's where things took a turn for the worst. Because apparently after he got back home after speeding off earlier in the story, he actually went inside his house, got a couple of knives and his stun gun, and came back outside to confront the Durham family. So clearly this kid wanted to fight. He wanted to smoke.
No,
he wanted to get down and dirty, and things went bad. So yeah, after going back outside, he confronted the family and fired his stun gun at one of the sons. It then says William Durham then grabbed at Latham, who slashed him in the right arm with his knife before retreating in his garage. So obviously, this is exactly where things started to go really crazy. Both Mr. Durham and Zach were in the heat of the moment. Their adrenaline levels must have been through the roof, and they were in full-on battle mode. But it didn't stop.
All of this over some TikTok views. All of this.
Because after that happened, apparently Mr. Durham had followed Zach toward the garage that Zach was heading to. It then says here, a brief but violent melee then ensued, during which the stun gun was fired repeatedly and Latham's wife urged him to drop the knife. So yeah, you can imagine. Sarah, this 18-year-old kid's wife, was recording the whole thing. And once I reveal why she was recording this entire thing to begin with, you guys will be disgusted.
I'll go back. Y'all was talking.
Imagine. Sarah, this 18-year-old kid's wife, was recording the whole thing. And once I reveal why she was recording this entire thing to begin with,
TikTok,
you guys will be disgusted. Unfortunately though, in a horrific line of events, Mr. Durham was stabbed under the armpit, puncturing his lungs in what was thought to be the fatal wound that killed him. Perry, Latham's lawyer, did not respond to requests for comment on the suggestion that his client had lured William Durham to his death in hopes of gaining social media notoriety. Because as it stands right now, their lawyers, the lawyers that represent Mr. Durham's family, they genuinely believe that the whole reason for Zach continuously trying to mess with the Durham family was to get reactions out of them so that he could then record them, post it to his TikTok, and try to become TikTok famous. And you
see, but that's what he was doing. But the thing is, when you're doing it at that level where you're legit bothering people, they don't see it that way. They don't know it. They don't feel it that way. So, and you're legit at this point, you're harming them. So guess what? They're going to get to a point where it's like, all right, look, I have to defend myself and my family. You just think you having fun getting some views about to get famous. That is so much bull. Like, I hate these kind of people that actually get the clout off of that too. Like, I hate it.
To mess with the Durham family was to get reactions out of them so that he could then record them, post it to his TikTok, and try to become TikTok famous. And you know what? In this instance, I absolutely do believe TikTok did have a role to play in the way that things ended up in the situation. You know, Zach's own narcissism, ego, mixed in with the weird-ass people in his comment section telling him to continue to keep fucking with his neighbors led directly to this tragedy. But in my opinion, it's not even TikTok's fault necessarily.
No, it's
because
not.
In my opinion, TikTok is just a symptom of a larger pre-existing condition that we've had in our society ever since people—
Yep, and I hate when people be trying to blame everything. Don't get me wrong, social media it can be horrible for you. But I hate when people try to blame that platform when it's like, I know it is easier said than done, but I can monitor my kid as much as I could. Sure, I can teach. I can't watch them 24/7 what they're doing. I'm aware of that. I can try. Only thing you do is try your best with them. But I'm sorry, some people don't try. You can say you're trying your best, but I see it in a lot of my friends, like the way they handle it. It's like, yeah, you try enough to say you tried, but you still want to blame that platform. Stop it. Cut it out.
TikTok is just a symptom of a larger pre-existing condition that we've had in our society ever since people figured out that they could gain fame from social media. You know, the idea of getting famous on social media is like an intoxicating drug that takes over your entire body once it enters your bloodstream. And just the thought of being able to do something wild to capture the attention of millions of people across the world really has got some people hooked like a fish on bait, unaware of the impending doom about to come their way once they're captured by a fisherman. But in this case, that fisherman is TikTok. But yeah, Zachary Latham, as of right now, was charged with first-degree manslaughter after claiming his actions were in self-defense, and unsurprisingly, Mr. Durham's wife and 2 children were charged with simple assault and trespassing, since they did in fact—
I said fudge! I told you. I knew it was gonna be some goofy stuff. Now, imagine, at this point, she about to become a savage. My husband played it by the book from the beginning. I played it by the book from the beginning with my husband. My son was about to beat his ass. I wish my son would have got a hold to his ass. This dude legit is harassing us. We told y'all. We showed y'all a video. Y'all don't give a damn. He tried to run my son off the road while he in the car, my son on the bike. Y'all ain't doing nothing. At this point, I'm about to go kill this little nigga. Excuse my language. Don't even think they was about to kill him. I think they was probably just about to beat him up, rough him up, because that's what he need. Because dude clearly said they ain't had nothing in their arms when they was coming that way. They was just coming to, throw the ones. They wanted to fade. That's it. But the clown, he can't handle that. So he go get his weapons and he kill him. And we are still charged with anything. That, I don't know what's going on here. I don't. I really don't. I don't. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Cross over to Zachary Lathem's property and, you know, did contribute to the altercation that happened. But their lawyers, they want the charges against the family dropped and Lathem charged with first-degree murder because their theory is basically the same as mine. As it says here in this article, Lathem, they say, deliberately drew William Durham to his death in a bid for social media celebrity.
That is
in a
crazy.
June letter to Webb McRae, the lawyers Diane M. Ruberton and Robert R. Simmons noted that Lathem's wife, Sarah Lathem, recorded the brawl on her phone and said she did so because it was her and Lathem's intent to post these videos to TikTok and become TikTok famous. Yeah. Pretty wild stuff. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, let me know down below. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram so that you can always know what I have planned next. And with that being said, it's your guy Destiny, and I'll catch you guys and ladies in the next one. All right, so in an updated...
Really quick here. Man. All right, real quick here. It's crazy. I can see it in like the younger ones in my family around me. You can see how powerful social media take over some of their heads. I'm glad I can legit look at it and say, all right, I don't want to use this for the rest of the day. And I can do that. I might check it here and there, but I just go in there, check, laugh at some memes, boom, boom, boom. Look at some K-pop dances, boom, boom, boom. Do what I do, and I get off. I love YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. But you're not about to see me dressed up in a Superman suit jumping out my window trying to do crazy stuff just to get these views for you. No! I do this because this is fun. And I'm having fun with it, and that's where it stops. These muscles eating Tide Pods and y'all
Destiny, and I'll catch you guys and ladies in the next one. All right, so in an updated report I read after recording this video, I found out that this guy, Zachary Lathem, isn't even in jail because apparently the judge who is currently overseeing this case didn't think it was necessary to jail him until his next court.
This is crazy. This is legit. It sounded like when I paused him, he was about to say until his next court date. I mean, he got to get time. There's no way. But they decided, hey, no, we're not gonna lock him up until his next court date because it wasn't that serious. He only antagonized him so much to the point that he tried to defend himself, so he had to kill him. That's all he did. What court was he in? At this point, if I was that mom, the wife over there at this point, I'm call me 21, cause I'm straight savage after that. I'm not playing no games with nobody, and I ain't about to say nothing.
Currently overseeing this case didn't think it was necessary to jail him until his next court date, which is scheduled to be in May of 2021. It says here, in denying pretrial detention, the order said, Further, for the reasons set forth on the record and herein, the court does not find clear and convincing evidence that pretrial detention is necessary to reasonably assure the defendant's appearance in court when required, the protection of the safety of any other person or the community, and that the defendant will not obstruct or attempt to obstruct the criminal justice process. The state did not meet its burden to detain, that there are no conditions that would reasonably assure the defendant's appearance in court when required, the protection of the safety of any other person and the community, and that the defendant will not obstruct or attempt to obstruct the criminal justice process. Therefore, the defendant is released on level 2 monitoring. Therefore, the motion for pretrial detention is denied. So all this means is that this kid will be free and out of jail for at least 9 months before appearing in court again, because they don't think he's a fly.
And the way they treat him right there, they ain't about to do shit to this boy when he get in. That's a clean ass trench coat too, my guy. I don't even know what to say to y'all at this point. Like, hey, this dude Mori's stories are good. I mean, that's at least that's the most I can say. His storytelling skills are good. Man, damn. Yeah, he had a nice voice too. He might be the next Morgan Freeman. All right, but look.
Risk, you know, he won't try to avoid his court hearing and will come in a timely manner when they request him to do so. And you know, I kind of believe that this is just another example of being privileged in America. You know, if you fit into a particular socioeconomic background. And I can almost guarantee you that if this kid wasn't rich, you know, was a bit tanned on that day that he appeared in court and lived in the inner city, this judge would have had him in jail until his next
85 to life, nigga.
Court date in 2021. It's a sad reality of the imbalances between being rich versus being poor in America. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a cold world out here, baby. Anyway, like I said before, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Run that up, Rico.
Hey, bro, forget that, man. Hey, and look on the recommendation. Hold on, damn. This dude got some crazy title videos. Hey, this is crazy, dog. I said it. I can already tell what's going. This boy is using the shit out of his white privilege superpower. He using the snot out of it. This is crazy to me. It's like the dude knew the entire time, like, psh, I ain't gonna, and you know what? I'm about to get conspiracy mode on your ass. I just thought about something. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, the family, respect to them, man, rest in peace, man. There was no reason this man should be gone, no reason. He let him know, yo, your son's speeding, which I agree. Bro, there's kids on the block, bro. Anything happens, stop speeding in the residential. Guy got a little fame off, got a little big headed off of it. Took it all the way to social media, went crazy with it. Crazy. Either way it go though. So I'm thinking, dang, all right. So Latham's was at Durham's was at the family. My bad. I'm sorry. The family. I'm thinking like, all right, boom, they good, they nice, everybody's safe in the neighborhood, because like they said, it's like judges, lawyers, cops, all that stay in this neighborhood. They good, boom, boom, boom. The way the TikTok dude was moving, I think him and his family was probably cool with them. And that's why he's good, because think about, look at the way he was talking to the cop. Psh, didn't care. He didn't care about nothing. He wanted to record it, put on there, boom, boom, boom. He go to trial, whatever, well, whatever those trials, pre-trials, whatever were, nothing's happening to him. Nah, we ain't gonna sit him. Nah, we ain't gonna do this. Nah, we gonna give him this. Basically, he ain't going to jail. Basically, I mean, he ain't had not one fear. Think like, man, I just killed him. I'm about to go to jail. Or man, if I do this, I could. By me swerving my truck to this dude, I can kill him. Go to jail. Nah, he ain't worried about that. You know why? Because he was cool. His family was cool with them cops and them judges and them lawyers that lived in that neighborhood. They probably was paying them to get away with helly stuff. This dude had like damn near every expensive car in the damn world. Hey, but look, either way it go, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Mori, hey, let me hit that like button. Yeah, I want to subscribe too. Hey, yeah, that was hella freaking dope. But yo, if you all enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my guys. I'll see you next time, buddies. Charlie's out. That is crazy.